everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to this new series where I break down a few things that's going on in the news. If you're trying to keep up with the news lately, everything could be so overwhelming. Everything is breaking story, global conflict, and not to mention we're out here just trying to survive in this economy. We don't always have time to sit down and really delve into the news. So I create these really quick videos. This is my second one where I just pick 3 topics, 3 things that is going on in the news or has happened recently, and I just break it down real quick, real simple, bullet point breakdown type of information. So let's get into today's 3 topics. But first, look at this. Look at this gorgeous drink. She's big, she's ice cold, she's bold, she's smooth. She is rich, she's delicious. You can probably tell this is a matcha, but it's not just any matcha, it's a mushroom matcha. Ryze Superfoods makes mushroom matcha, mushroom coffee, mushroom creamer. And they basically blend premium coffee or ceremonial matcha with mushrooms that have lots of health benefits, like helping you to stay focused, giving you clean energy, helping you with digestion so you don't deal with bloating. So this is like a superfood drink, like a wellness drink, but it's also delicious. So I'm going to sip on this while we break down what's going on in the news. And if you want to try Ryze matcha, Ryze mushroom coffee, I'll put the link and my promo code in the description. But let's get into these topics. So here's what we're going to talk about today. A major update involving the conflict with Iran. I'm a New Yorker, so we're going to talk about something that happened in New York, close to our mayor's mansion, and what's going on with oil supply and gas prices, and what the U.S. recently did in response to that. So let's get into it. On March 12th, a U.S. military refueling aircraft crashed during a mission, and unfortunately, the 6 crew members on board the aircraft have passed away. The aircraft was a Boeing KC-135 Stratotanker. So what is that? Why was it in the air? What was going on when this happened? I'll break it down. So right now, the U.S. and its allies are performing air missions in Iran. Well, targeting Iran. So while these fighter jets are in the air for these missions, eventually they're going to run out of fuel. So in order for them to be in the air longer, to go further distances, we have basically flying gas stations. These refueling aircrafts, Boeing KC-135s. These fueling aircrafts, Boeing KC-135 Stratotankers. So what we know, 2 of these aircrafts were involved in some sort of accident. This happened in friendly airspace. One of the aircrafts were able to land safely. The other one crashed and all 6 people on board were killed. U.S. officials have reported that this was not caused by any type of friendly fire or hostile fire. It essentially was an accident. And this just shows you how dangerous and scary war is. How you cannot be involved in any type of battle or strike but still lose your life. It really makes you question even more than we already are, how necessary is this war. So with this accident, it puts our American death toll in this war to 13. 7 American troops were already killed in earlier attacks. This includes a missile attack in Kuwait. So again, while this crash appears to be an accident, it just highlights the risk we are putting ourselves in as a country, even during supporting missions like air fueling, which from what I have read and understand, this is a very dangerous mission, air fueling. It's something that happens quick. Of course, it's in the air. People are really highly trained for it. It can be very dangerous if something goes wrong. So rest in peace to those American troops that we have lost their names. At the time I'm recording this, their names have not been put out yet, but definitely thinking and praying about our troops that are just out there in the line of danger. So this next topic is close to home for me. I live in New York. I was born and raised here. On March 7th, an explosive device was thrown near the home of New York City Mayor Mamdani, and this is the official home of the mayor. This happened near the Gracie Mansion. So what happened? There was an anti-Islam protest happening near Gracie Mansion. This was about 25 people. Counter-protesters showed up, so a larger crowd drew. So there are two sides protesting near Gracie Mansion. During this protest, a homemade explosive device was thrown. This device is being described as a jar with nuts and bolts and a fuse inside of it. Thankfully, the device failed to detonate, so no one was harmed. A second device was found in the area, and then a third device was found in a vehicle near the area. Two suspects were arrested, an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old. I'll put their names on the screen. Both came here from Philadelphia. While in custody, both of them made statements aligning themselves with ISIS. So this is being called an ISIS-inspired incident or an ISIS-inspired attack. Again, thankfully no one was harmed. As far as Gracie Mansion, no one was home. Mayor Mamdani confirmed that him and his wife were out at the time. He also did a press conference. He pointed out in the press conference, while he is appalled by the anti-Muslim protests, it's not new to him, and he supports everyone's right to peacefully protest. He calls the right to peacefully protest sacred because this is a free society. But of course, those two young men who were arrested were not peacefully protesting. They came to the peaceful protest to cause harm. And I just want to point out again that they are not New Yorkers. That's Philly coming here, starting problems. Stay out of New York with that. I just wanted to update you on that. I am a Mayor Mamdani supporter. I voted for him, so I am happy to hear that no one was harmed, that him and his family are safe, and New York is the best city in the world, baby, still. For my last topic, let's talk about oil. Let's talk about gas. Let's talk about what is going on and why you're about to be paying more for gas, if you're not already. Higher gas prices in this economy, tragic. So back to the conflict in Iran. This war is directly affecting the global oil markets. For one key reason, you may have heard on the news or on the radio or in a video, people talking about the Strait of Hormuz. Or sometimes I hear people say the Strait. Well, this is what they're talking about. The Strait of Hormuz is a narrow shipping lane between Iran and Oman. This connects the Persian Gulf to the Arabian Sea. About 20% of the world's oil supply passes through this strait on a daily basis. This includes shipments from major producers, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, the UAE. Well, it did. All of this has slowed down. Why? Because during this war, the Strait of Hormuz is a big target. It's a target for missile attacks, drone attacks, and also for safety. Tankers are not trying to just be passing through there with all this going on. So some vessels are forced to be delayed or even reroute. So now we have a supply and demand issue with oil. So a barrel of oil was costing roughly $80. I've read that it has gone up to $100. And I also read that briefly last week it even went up to $119. So the oil is costing more. And now countries are tapping into their emergency oil supply, including the U.S. It was just announced that the U.S. is releasing 172 million barrels, roughly 40% of the current reserve. This happens over the course of weeks, and the purpose is to help with those prices and to help with supply shortages. So the release will begin mid-March. It will take place for about 120 days, and the plan is to replenish next year. So hopefully if you're seeing the gas prices go up, maybe they'll go down by the end of March. I don't know. But as you can see, this war is the gift that keeps on giving. And just a FYI, President Trump has criticized Biden in the past for tapping into the emergency oil supply. So I guess that wasn't cool. But him ending Obama's agreement with Iran, then starting a war when he wasn't able to reach his own agreement, causing an oil supply issue and then him tapping into the emergency oil supply. I guess that's cool. I don't know, y'all. Voting is important, and it's also important to know what's going on. So I hope you continue to check out this series. I'm back every week touching on 3 topics, really quick, really simple, bullet point information, just to keep you abreast. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video with a friend. Let me know what you think about all of this. Have you seen your gas prices go up? Leave me a comment. Let's talk. Let me know if there is something else in the news we should all be paying attention to. Let's keep each other informed. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.